Yes, Mohit.
Okay, great. So,
Yeah.
how many participants have joined our webinar at this point of time? And I just wanted to know that what would be the right time to begin? I believe 7 people out of 101 who've registered are online.
Yes, Mohit. It'll slowly pick up.
Okay.
So maybe we could start with some introduction, and you could, talk about a little general guidelines of what you would cover in the webinar before we actually get started.
Okay. Okay.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So, great, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all for this digital marketing awareness session. As you might be aware that digital marketing is evolving over the last 2.5, 3 years and has become such a potent force that no business which is worth its name is not considering digital marketing seriously as a means to generate leads, as a means to ensure better customer relationship management. So what we intend to cover in this particular webinar is understanding the overall digital marketing landscape, about how understanding the overall digital marketing landscape, about how we are actually leveraging digital marketing best practices to do a variety of things, not just generate leads, a brief snapshot of current digital marketing channels, and seeing how digital marketing can add value, knowing the job profiles in digital marketing, and how you can go ahead and make a career in digital marketing, and last but not least, how digital marketing empowers the entrepreneurs. And then I'll be throwing open the round for questions, which we'll take to the best of our abilities. So, this is the typical business development life cycle which happens across any of the organizations. And typically, what we have to generate leads, every lead is generated. Every lead is generated. Every lead is generated using a variety of channels. So typically what typically happens in any through which leads are generated, and those leads are actually converted into prospects, or prospects or leads, and then out of these two domains, particularly leads, the revenues are generated or sales pipeline is built, and then the delivery or fulfillment happens, and then the post sales feedback, support, upsell or cross sell happen. So this is the typical business development life cycle which happens across the organization, and we will discuss in detail about how digital marketing adds value across each of these channels. So what we intend to do, we intend to cover what digital marketing is all about, and I believe it's just 2:58 at the moment. Just wait for a couple of minutes, and from 3 p.m. we begin with the main topics of our webinar. Prapti, is that okay?
Yes, definitely. That'll be much better.
Okay, sounds good.
We could wait for another 2-3 minutes before we start.
Okay. So, Prapti, what kind of participants are attending this session today?
They are from the background of marketing, sales,
Okay,
a
okay.
little bit from SEO, content writing,
Mm-hmm.
so marketing related and sales. We had kept it very targeted. These people are expected to benefit most from the digital marketing webinar today.
All right, sounds good. So, okay, Prapti, should we go ahead and start the webinar?
Yes, Mohit, please go ahead. Over to you now.
Okay, okay, thank you so much. So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being a part of this joint webinar being hosted by Naukri.com in collaboration with Knowledge Woods. Now, as I was mentioning, I'll just do that again a little bit. That what we're going to be covering in this module, where we're going to be talking about digital marketing, getting a snapshot, hang a feel of various kind of digital marketing channels, and then moving on to understand what kind of job profiles are available in digital marketing, and last but not the least, how digital marketing overall empowers the entrepreneurs in today's domain. Now, what I was mentioning earlier also, that when we talk of any business, you've got ways to generate leads and the prospects who might be interested in your product or a service, which actually convert into sales, the revenue, and also constitute the pipeline people who may be interested in your product or a service later on. And then you deliver your product or a service, and then of course the post sale sets in, where we talk about feedback, support, upsell, and cross sell. Now, the popular belief at this point of time, when we talk to a lot of business, when we talk to a lot of people who are into sales and marketing, is that, yeah, digital marketing is a good thing to do, and we end up generating a lot of leads at a fraction of a cost if we do digital marketing. But the fact is, as we move on to the presentation and we move on in this webinar, I'll show and I'll tell you examples how digital marketing is adding value across each touch point, be it channels, be it visitors, be it sales, be it delivery fulfillment, or be it post sales, and how it is actually revolutionizing the way we do business in India and overseas. So let's begin with understanding a digital marketing landscape. Now, just take a moment and go through this particular slide, where we're talking about 3 billion plus people using internet across the world, and 80% of internet users own a smartphone. Now, earlier when we used to access our email, do Facebook, do anything online, primarily we used to do using desktop or a laptop, right? Now, but having 3 billion people, 3 billion plus people using internet across the world, and 80% of them using a smartphone. So in comparison to a laptop or a desktop, smartphone are there with us. Smartphone are there with us for almost 24 hours a day. So we might not carry desktop, laptop with us all the time, but smartphone is there with us all the time. And whatever we might do, we are taking a 5 minutes break, or we are interacting with our colleagues, or we are traveling in our cabs to our work or metro. Smartphone is something which we can access at any point of time. So just imagine the power a digital marketer has in the current world as far as reaching out to audience is concerned. Right, 1.4 billion people worldwide are using Facebook. Now, when we used to talk about, doing a business around 5.5 years, 6 years ago, then one of the most pertinent questions from investors' point of view was that you've got a good product, you've got a good service, fair enough, and we give it to you that it's one of the best products or service in the market. But then how are you going to be reaching the customers across cities, and how much you're going to be spending in reaching the customers? Now, with channels like Facebook, channels like Google AdWords, that thing has gone out of the window completely. Now the focus is what kind of product, what kind of service do you have in place. So the amount of money you have, the amount of product or service you have, depending upon that, you are able to reach people across cities across the world. Okay, now currently as we speak, this is the statistics of CMO Council worldwide. 250 billion US dollars have been spent in online marketing, and the top online marketing channels happens to be direct, where people search for you online and somehow reach your website, then through Google search and various search engines, then referral, where there are particular sites who refer your product or a service, and then of course social, the channels like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. hang on. Okay. Now, when we talk of digital marketing as a domain, marketers are expected to spend close to 550 billion US dollars globally this particular financial year. This is again a statistics from CMO Council. More than a third of CMOs says that digital marketing will account for 75% or more of their spending. As we move during the presentation, I'll make this point even more clear that why more and more companies are hooking on to digital marketing. Digital ads are going to end up accounting for close to 33% of advertising revenues in 4 years. So all in all, what these statistics tell about is that digital marketing is one of the key focus areas which the companies cannot afford to ignore at this point of time. There are only two kinds of companies at this point of time. One who are building their expertise in digital marketing, and the other ones who have their expertise in digital marketing and they are looking to build upon their expertise in such a way that they derive maximum return on investment on every single marketing dollar being spent. So what is happening right now? The people who are in business development, who are in sales, who are in conventional marketing, they are ramping up their key skill sets rapidly so that they understand the digital marketing domain better and can help their companies establish center of excellence in digital marketing and leverage digital marketing more appropriately in their business. So, for sake of an example, let us try and understand how a customer's journey is changing by use of various digital marketing channels in place. Now, earlier, for example, if we had to buy a car insurance purchase journey, um, what typically used to happen was that either the car agency or we used to get in touch with an agent and we used to negotiate 2 or 3 times and get the best quote and get it done. Now, what is happening right now, for making a simple selection of a car insurance, the touch points have changed. You receive an email, you have the options of approaching companies like policybazaar.com, then you have the option of approaching your earlier insurance service providers, then you have the option of actually searching for these insurance companies online and see what is the best quote you can get. Now, typically what is happening is, as this particular graphic tries to encompass, that instead of having just 1 or 2, 3 interactions in the previous scenarios, now the person, before making the choice of an insurance provider, 9 to 10 visits, across 5 websites, 5, 6 sessions, and he or she is doing this thing across a period of 35 days, spending close to 45 minutes, 60 minutes to make the call that yes, what is the preferred insurance he or she gonna buy. So availability of a lot of channels as far as digital marketing is concerned, be it email, be it search, be it social media, and aggregator sites like policybazaar.com have completely changed the way a person makes a call on buying a particular product online. And that is the reason why the conventional sales and marketing people need to know about various digital marketing channels so that they can leverage these channels and position their products or services accordingly. Now, as I mentioned in the previous slide also, that contrary to the popular belief, the digital marketing adds value to each touch point and across the channels, across the areas where we do business, be it pre-sales, be it sales, be it service delivery, and be it post-trading sales or support. Now, just imagine a scenario 5 to 10 years ago, right? Where you bought a product, say for example a car, and you unfortunately happen to develop a particular issue in a car and the dealer is not responding. So what options did we have at that point of time? We did not have much options. We were at the mercy of dealers, and best we could do was change the dealers. Now the brands who are not directly engaging directly selling their product or service to consumers, particularly say an automobile industry where they work through dealers. Now they have their own fan pages, they have their own product pages on Facebook where their prospects and existing customers put up slightest issue, slightest difficulty they face in approaching with dealers. And the dealers have to respond, and more than the dealers, the brand takes the ownership of getting the issue resolved because they know the kind of impact it may have on their future sales. So this kind of thing was not just possible in the earlier era where we did not have these digital marketing channels. I'd like to share my own experience with a particular brand, Mahindra and Mahindra, where I was looking to buy an XUV 500. I went to a particular showroom. I did not have a good experience, and I put in a simple, a suggestion at their brand page, XUV fan page, where I mentioned that though your product is excellent and it boasts of best of class features, but the kind of interface you have for a person who is looking to buy 18 lakh vehicle is just not there. So within a span of 4 to 6 hours, I received around 8 to 10 calls on my cell phone from the dealership, from Mahindra and Mahindra a regional head, and then Mahindra and Mahindra Mumbai, asking me about the experience which I faced and how could they better their experience. So me buying this particular product or not is a different ball game altogether. That is something which is not being considered at this point of time, since I did not have a good experience at the very first outset. So instead of waiting for me to write more about it, they tried and curtail the damage and ensure that a certain kind of responsiveness is there in the system, and I get a feeling as a prospect that my voice is being heard. So this has something happened. This is something which has happened in this using the digital marketing channels like Facebook. Now, just imagine a scenario around 5 to 8 years back where the ads. Just consider a Colgate kind of an ad or any ad which used to happen in newspapers or television. So it was more of a direct ad kind of a thing where we are talking of a product as a commodity, and we are talking about certain features which the product has, and we talk about this is the price of that particular product. So in that kind of scenario, when a customer used to go to a shop, a nearby shop, and he used to ask for, say, a toothpaste, and the only thing which he had to compare was more or less they used to look the same, more or less they had same features. So price used to be the deciding factor, that okay, probably I'll go with the lowest one. In some cases, brand used to have some leverage. But now think about a brand like Sensodyne. They've opened up a new market altogether, right? They're talking of a problem which is being faced by a certain niche audience where they're not able to eat something, they're not able to drink very cold water or something of that sort, and they're able to relate with the pain point of a particular customer. So now when a customer walks into that particular shop, the price becomes secondary. Her pain point, addressable product is something which becomes the focus, and on the basis of it, the product owner is charging a hefty sum, a hefty premium. Also, when we talk about 5 to 10 years ago, there were three mediums of mass communication. We had radio, we had television, and we had the print media. And the kind of effort and the kind of investment which used to go in creating any collateral, any creative for that particular channel, be it print, television or radio, it used to be very expensive. So entry barriers used to be more. But now with digital marketing channels like Google and Facebook in place, you need to have a budget of rupees 500. You need to have a budget of rupees 500 and you can get a campaign up and running. Also, with another problem which used to happen with these kind of traditional media channels was that there is no scope of a mistake, right? You're sending out a say half-page ad in leading newspapers. You had no control about segmenting the users which you want to target for your particular product and service. Also, you had very little option to accurately measure the kind of response which you had through those particular advertisement. How many people read those ads and how many people saw those ads. So all in all, though it is still relevant to a large context, but it happens on approximation. It happens on the empirical data which is available in the system. So for a startup, it is really important to fine tune their campaigns in such a way that they don't end up burning more and more money. So digital marketing channels actually allow you to capture the entire journey, the entire customer life cycle management from the moment person clicks or sees your ad to the moment person visits your website or download your app, and then what does he do on the website, and then does the person undertake that particular call to action for which the ad was placed, say fill up a lead form or give you a call and things like that. And finally, when the person actually the person actually buys the product. So it gives you a whole lot of world. It gives you a whole lot of world to talk about when it comes to understanding your customer better, and then build upon your hypothesis of your target audience for the particular product or service and your actual clients. I see a lot of questions popping up. Please feel free to write your questions, and once the webinar is over, I'll throw the round open to questions and take as much questions as possible. Okay. Now, what this particular digital marketing channel has done, it has ensured that the playing field is leveled. Now, you can be a company with 500 rupee daily budget, or you can be a company with 5 crore rupee daily budget. You have the same kind of target audience which is available to the larger organization. So what it does initially is for smaller companies, for small and medium companies, for startup companies, is that you try and run pilot campaigns across the target audience which you feel is right for you. You measure the results in almost real time and then build upon your campaigns in a full-fledged way. So if you have an overall monthly budget of 1 lakh rupees, instead of focusing on just one particular channel or one particular ad, you do a 4 or 5 pilots, and whichever gives you the best result, you put your entire money in those campaigns, rather than you just roll out a campaign using print media, radio and television and then wait for the results. If it works for you, you get lucky. If it doesn't, well, your investment gonna go down the drain and you risk losing out on a lot of business. Also, it has slowly but steadily led credence to the concept of viral marketing in many contexts. For example, just think about a song like Gangnam Style, or trailers of various films which are about to be launched, which are in the process of getting launched. So the moment those trailers are released on the web, depending upon the content, you know the user decide to promote that content without any monetary benefit involved. So just imagine the kind of hits, millions of hit videos like Gangnam Style got once they released their content. Videos like Why This Cola Very They got once they released this content, millions of views. If you think, even of 10 rupee being spent or 1 rupee being spent for, those kind of views, the amount of investment the brand would have made in getting those kind of hits, those kind of views. And this has happened free of cost. Why? Because people like the content and they chose to promote, they chose to share the content within their groups, and in turn this led to a chain. So the concept of viral marketing has set up, and smart digital marketers are leveraging it to promote their products, to promote their services. Also, as I mentioned in the earlier slide, that these digital marketing channels, and particularly social media, have opened up a new opportunity for one-on-one communication with the brand owners and the product users. And smart brand owners are leveraging these channels for not just to generate more and more leads, more and more prospects for their respective products, but also to address their grievances. And the kind of amount of people, the kind of fan pages, the kind of number of fans which each brand owner has, it will slowly but steadily start acting as a comparative differentiator for their respective brands. Similar products can be made. Depending upon various industries, similar concepts can be started off. But once you have a loyal following, say of 10,000 people, 25,000 people, 1 lakh people, it is something which will take a while to be generated. It just cannot be generated, at the snap of a hand. Right. Now, as I mentioned also, that customer service becomes a major way where brands are interacting with dissatisfied customers and trying to reduce the time frame across which their complaints are being handled and the resolutions are being provided. So all in all, my whole point is that contrary to the popular belief where we see digital marketing generating leads and contributing handsomely to the revenues, smart digital marketers are leveraging these digital marketing channels for generating leads, for ensuring better revenues, for promoting products, for handling customer complaints, for ensuring customer resolutions, and giving them an assuring feeling that yes, we are there for you. We are listening about your concerns, your suggestions, and making our product services much better as compared to a company who is just interacting in the physical world with their prospects or customers. Okay. So let's quickly see a snapshot of various digital marketing channels, and I'll just walk you through these channels one by one, and we'll see how it works. Take a couple of minutes and talk about digital assets. See, anything which happens in digital marketing, we are talking of channels through which we are reaching the audience, be it AdWords, be it search engines, be it email, be it direct email marketing, like that. Then the creatives, the ads, text, image, or email, which we use to attract people to click on them or go to our respective web page. Text is there on the landing page, maybe the article, case studies, video, success stories, etc. And then last but not the least, the audience profile, the product or service specific target audience which we have in place. Now, my whole point of sharing these particular digital assets with this audience is that as a digital marketer, as a salesperson, as a business development person who's involved in promoting a product or a service, till the time we start treating these four elements, these four pillars as assets, it is highly unlikely that we would undertake a series of steps to protect them. Right. A lot of times it happens that the marketing collaterals or a simple marketing collateral like company profile, the most updated version is not maintained in organizations. And when we had to send it to a particular prospect or a customer, then we try and find out that, what is the latest version of that. The versions of websites, the versions of web content which we are developing day in, day out, they have to be properly cataloged. A send system has to be in place where we manage them, we create them, we number them, so that if at any point of time we need to refer to the earlier content, we are able to do that. Till the time we do not treat them as an asset, till the time we do not treat them as a living document, it will become extremely difficult for any new person who's joined the organization to make sense of something and leverage on content which has been developed earlier. We've been working in professional training and development industry for the 9+ years now. And initially, when we did not have much staff for the first 2.5, 3 years, what used to happen was we used to have a person to take care of our website. Myself and the other founder, we used to write genuine, original content for our website. And a lot of times it happened that, we rewrote the content, and the earlier content was not properly stored, not properly stored in a retrievable kind of a format. So some years down the line in 2010, 2011, when we had the entire process in place, and we some requirement came in front of us that why don't you give us a write-up on a project management office or a PMP certification training program. So we used to think that, this is something which we've developed in the past, but since we did not manage the collaterals well initially, we had to rewrite the content. And this is not a unique isolated scenarios. In a lot of companies, this is also currently happening because, we do not have a centralized system where we track and where we store each of these pillars and keep building upon them day by day, so that once we are 4-year 5-year old company, we have that much data which can be referred to in case any new requirement comes in. So when we talk of digital marketing channels, coming back to what we had started off earlier, you've got website, you've got blog, you've got social media, you've got email marketing, you've got search marketing, then the content marketing, as well as mobile marketing. We're going to be picking up each of these channels one by one. Okay, now when we talk about website, we have a static website versus a dynamic website or a content management system based website. Now, when we talk of a static versus dynamic website, you've got a combination of pages, .html or any kind of based pages, and you put those collection of pages using a website. Now, if you have to make any change on any of the page, you have to depend upon the programmer or the developer who had worked on your website to change that. Now, vis-a-vis, if you're talking about dynamic website, the content is being generated online depending upon what you search, depending upon what other parameters. And if we talk about, take it to the next level, and we talk about content management system with website, we're talking of a website which are based on systems like WordPress, like Joomla, where the development part is taken out, and most of the things which you need to run a successful website can be done using a what you see, what you get kind of an interface. It is still not that user friendly, but then you do not have to depend entirely upon programmer to update most of the content and keep your website up to date, and changing the content as and when it is happening. Now, I would like to discuss a little bit about site structure and the kind of impact it has on the search engine optimization bit. Now, typically when we interact with a lot of our friends, relatives, and business owners. So mostly they say that I got this website developed a couple of years ago and some time back, and what has happened right now is that these websites are there, but their organic ranking, how Google ranks across particular product and services, they do not feature in the organic ranking at all. So we have a website, why don't you do a search engine optimization for my website? Now, this is one approach of working, and unfortunately this is the approach which is being taken by most of the entrepreneurs at this point of time, right? But the best approach is, firstly, we identify what our product and our service is, and the kind of keywords which people are searching to get to those product or services. And we build those keywords, we build those phrases in the kind of pages we want to develop for our website. Those ways, the search engine optimization process is very, very logical, and you would not have to end up spending a fortune on getting your product organically listed on Google website or Google or various other search engines. So it's a simple process, but you need to do it before you develop the website, before you start developing the content, rather than you develop the content as per your understanding of what the market is, and then you start looking for consultant like us or anyone to get the website search engine listing. So that is what I mean when I say that, we have to do the site planning backwards, keyword driven, logically, so that even before my website is published on Google or my website is submitted to any of the search engines, the chances of it getting listed organically in Google or various other search engines are particularly high. Now, blogs typically talk about, you are an expert in a particular domain, be it tourism, be it travel, be it education, be it financial services, and you choose to share your particular domain expertise with a variety of people who are looking for suggestions. So being found by offering what people are looking for. And you know, a lot of corporates now have started sharing their philosophy of work, their philosophy about developing a particular product or service, also to gather more and more attention, which is a separate section in their website, which not just talks about their product and services for which they are there in the market, but things beyond that. Why should they consider a particular company to do business with, to work, and what kind of values they stand for, and how they make difference in this world over and above selling their particular product and services. There are people who are earning whole lot of money using Google AdSense by writing blogs, by getting people on their website, and getting paid by Google in this particular process. So we'll talk about more. We will talk about this particular aspect more once we talk about the other things in digital marketing as well. Though AdSense, AdSense, the Google feature which allows advertisers to place their ads on blogs and variety of websites where people are looking for similar kind of products and services. It is a very, very lucrative term, and a lot of people say that you can earn millions and millions of dollars on Google using AdSense. But yeah, the amount of people who are making substantial earnings versus people who are making very insignificant earning using Google AdSense, people who are making more money is far, far less as compared to people who've tried their hands on AdSense, and they've had very little success there. So email. When we talk of email marketing, we're talking of sending out collaterals for a product or services, for a direct sale, or promoting a particular product or service, or promoting a concept to individuals. Now, at this point of time, what typical trend is that you need to have database from anywhere, and you send out mailers to them, whether or not they're looking for that particular information, and wait for miracle to happen, that I have sent out around 1 lakh mailers. Now what's going to happen, right? So the concept is changing as far as email marketing is concerned. The concept is changing from a database, from a database kind of a mindset to a subscriber driven model, where I ask my target audience or my existing customers about what kind of information, what kind of content they are looking for, and then enroll them in those specific lists. Lists could be segregated region wise, geography wise, age wise, product or service wise, and variety of parameters. Also, when we send out an email campaign, there are various professional email servers available in the market. It is very, very important for us to understand and derive metrics out of them. Out of 100 emails or 1000 emails, out of 100 emails we spent, how many people have actually ended up opening up those emails? And out of the people who opened up the emails, how many of them have actually clicked to land up on the particular page or do a particular action which we as digital marketers wanted them to do? So depending upon the success of a pilot campaigns, I have a database of 1 lakh opt-in, or I have a database of 1 lakh people. I send out 10,000 email on one collateral, 10,000 email on another collateral, say 3 collaterals. And depending upon the response I receive, the best response I receive, I sent remaining 70,000 emails using that particular collateral, rather than send out a single collateral on all 1 lakh email and then wait for miracle to happen. compliant with best practices, which makes your email qualify as less and less spam, and also improve the chances of more and more people reading out, and your email gets landed up in the inbox of those more and more people, majority of people, rather than in their bulk folder. Last but not the least, device neutrality. We talked about, I shared a slide with you where 80% of people who are accessing internet, who are doing a lot of things online, they're using their smartphone to do that. Now, if your email is not device neutral, by device neutral I mean that it opens up well on all the devices, be it a smartphone, be it a tablet, be it a desktop or a laptop. So it will not make sense. And particularly in today's context, where 80% of people are using smartphones and handheld devices for internet, primarily checking email and writing through articles. So it will not make sense. It'll ensure that the amount of effort you've spent in designing the collateral and the amount of investment you've made in sending out the email, it goes down the drain, because people are accessing it using mobile or these devices, and your email does not open well with them. So there is a concept of a responsiveness of a website and responsiveness of email, which comes in the picture. And on a high level, what it means is, depending upon the width of the screen, it just resizes your content so that it becomes more readable, and people just don't bounce off from that just because it is not available. It is not readable in their particular device. Okay. So the focus here is or managing a database of subscribers in such a way that they look forward to receive your content, they look forward to consume your content, rather than they look forward to an opportunity sites like rediff.com, indiatimes.com, hotmail.com, surfing through news, such the bear, and the brands, whatever the product via Mindspace, you as prospects or as in reference to a particular product and services. So what needs to be done here is, the days of creating or publishing in your face ad are getting over. Now what you need to do, if you have to promote your product and service and your brand, then you need to associate, then you need to create more and more content which relates well with the consumer. So I remember one particular content by a company called Exigo, where they had created a small video of around 2.5 3 minutes, where they showed how packing can be done in a very space friendly manner, where you roll up your t-shirts, instead of putting them horizontally, you roll up your t-shirts, and in the same space where you put in 2 t-shirts, you'd be able to end up putting 6 to 7 t-shirts in the same space. So that video was very catchy, and it had millions of views, and I and various other people who sought value from it, who saw some value in it, they chose to promote the video and in turn promote the brand, which is a travel company. Right. So instead of as the slide also says, instead of just having some kind of content and putting it on Facebook, you really have to have a strategy in place where you align buyer's journey with the kind of content you're going to be creating, what kind of content is related needed in pre-sales, then sales, then delivery, then post-sales, and attract prospects, retain customers by serving that content again and again. It is a common knowledge that if brand is well known, if the product is well heard, and then you receive a call or you receive a collateral from that particular company, there are high chances you'll give it some time rather than a company which you don't know about. Now, let us talk about job profiles in digital marketing and typical career roadmap as far as a digital marketing professional is concerned. Now, don't get carried away by this very high number of 2.5 lakh jobs in India. Although this number has been circulating for a while in India, and this number is taken up from Times report, which happened last year. But my personal belief is that 2.5 lakh is a very high number. But if you just go by Naukri.com, for instance, there are close to 30,000 jobs available in India, which have been published in the area of digital marketing alone. And the typical guess is that the kind of the number of jobs which are published and the number of jobs which are actually there in the market, there is a difference of around 3 to 4 times. So all in all, I would say there are close to 30, 35, 40,000 jobs available in India from 0 to 15-year, 20-year bracket in digital marketing domain. And there is a of trained as well as certified people in the digital marketing. So there is as we see in the next slide, I'd like to point out there is a space at all the levels as far as jobs are concerned, and they are not competing jobs. An experienced person, be it in sales or business development, who's looking to switch over into a career in digital marketing, does not compete with someone who's a fresher or 1 to 2 year experience or 1 to 6 year experience person. I'll talk more about it in the next slide. So the kind of openings which you have currently: assistant marketing manager, marketing analyst, executive manager, online marketing manager, search engine optimization, SEO analyst or lead manager, or online marketing head, just to name a few. The roles of these people will vary considerably, but most of them are going to be talking of the same things. The technology remains the same. Okay, so this is the snapshot which has been taken from a company called PayScale, which does a lot of research in jobs and salaries available in various fields. So what it talks about is from a fresher's point of view, 0 to 1 year, then 1 to 4 years, 5 to 9, and 10 to 9 years. It talks about the kind of salaries which is being paid to digital marketing people at the moment, and depending upon the various roles, these salaries are bound to grow up considerably. If you go to Naukri.com, you would see, if we talk of head digital marketing or AVP or VP digital marketing, we are talking of salaries in the bracket of 15 to 20, 25, 30 lakhs to begin with, and the kind of people who are hiring them would belong to various industries. The regions where most of the hiring is happening as per PayScale happen to be Gurgaon, Noida, Mumbai, and Bangalore, major metros where awareness is high, and more companies are looking to digital marketing to leverage their reach, create more leads, service customer better across the industries. Now, what kind of people going to be hiring digital marketing professionals? We talk of digital marketing agencies. The conventional advertising agency, which are handling a print media, radio campaigns for particular brands, it is a natural extension for them to pick up online and digital campaigns for their existing brands. So these kind of companies are hiring digital marketing professionals in bulk to make them understand what digital world is all about and set up campaigns in line with brands' objectives. E-commerce companies, they cannot survive without digital marketing. IDS companies who are looking to get business from inside India, outside India, they have to undertake digital marketing campaigns because that is the most inexpensive ways of getting people on their website and trying to target them to sell more and more services. NGOs, the non-government organization, to spread awareness about campaigns, to spread awareness about initiatives they've been taking for a while, and seeing how more and more like-minded people can get associated with those objectives, with those initiatives from contribution kind of view, from contribution perspective in any way, be it in monetary terms, be it in effort terms, be it in becoming a part of that initiative terms. Government organization, ministries, individuals, MPs, MLAs, prominent individuals who are looking to promote their cause, who are looking to showcase their abilities, their capabilities, and the kind of work they've done in the past few years or few months, and getting a kind of an approval, getting a kind of more visibility amongst the right target audience. Services companies, particularly in finance and healthcare, and of course travel domain as well, where they're trying to build a subscriber database with them, which will help them sell their services in many months to come. Startups and corporates for promoting their products and services, also do hiring, also spreading awareness about their companies, about their respective products and services, and how they're better as compared to their competitors. So a lot of these kind of companies are recruiting in digital marketing, and the size of these companies, I can tell you, every size of company, be it a 10 people company or be it 1,000 people or 5,000 people company, they cannot do about digital marketing because it is a natural extension of their marketing and business development initiatives which they have been taking for a long time. So at this point of time, it is kind of a golden opportunity for people with less than 6 years of experience, and also experienced people 8 to 12 years, 15 years, who've been in marketing, sales, business development for a while, to consider digital marketing as a career, and then get themselves associated with companies who are looking to endeavor into digital marketing. So experienced people rule when it comes to understanding the overall business and conceptualize, execute, monitor, and track digital marketing campaigns, end-to-end setup of digital marketing campaigns, end-to-end setup of digital marketing in the company. That is something the experienced people are more suitable to do, and they are in demand. Freshers, 0 to 3 years, 0 to 4 years people, they are more needed in digital marketing when it comes to execute campaigns across variety of digital marketing channels, and less and less people are available in the market who are very well trained in these kind of channels as far as executing these campaigns is concerned. So the sooner you have the opportunity of getting yourself trained and certified in digital marketing, chances are you'll get your opportunity to get a job is very high. So you start off as a fresher in digital marketing. Just a moment, I think I lost the connection. Whatever you do in digital information or a particular offer, a special discount offer which you want people to claim, the budget for that particular initiative, and the resources available for this particular campaign. See, a lot of times it happens in the organizations is digital marketing is the in thing that, why don't you run a Google AdWords campaign? Why don't you run a Facebook campaign for this particular product and services? And we start investing our time and effort into it. And by the time we realize that, Google AdWords or a particular channel is not suitable for our service offering, it is too late, right? Then we need to find, do they buy majorly online, or the buying happens more face-to-face or a physical kind of an environment. So these kind of things happen to be discussed and finalized before we go ahead and start planning for a digital marketing campaign. Then, in line with audience you've identified and their buying behavior and the budget, we select the appropriate digital marketing channels that we're going to be using: AdWords or Facebook or direct email marketing or blog, just name a few. Then we check the campaign readiness, where we create the ad collateral or the creative, the ad which is required to run that campaign. We get that content validated and approved by business owners or product owners in a very, very documented kind of format. We've come across numerous instances where a simple thing like website landing page is not working, or incorrect phone number has been given in the ads, leading to a lot of loss, and lot of loss not just from the investment perspective, but also from a customer perspective, from a customer's trust perspective is done in the campaign. Last but not the least, website or app readiness. I raised the issue of compatibility. 80% of people are, doing the internet activity using their smartphone. So your content, your website has to be mobile friendly. It will also depend upon the target audience you have in mind, but typically it has to be extremely mobile friendly. And least thing which you can do is to have it responsive. You should not be caught in a situation where you did an ad campaign and people are coming through mobile and your website is not mobile friendly, leading to people dropping out of your website or bouncing out of your website. It is a double whammy for you. Not only you lose money which you spent in running those ad campaigns, but also you will be penalized by Google, who will think that you've tricked people to come to your website, and since you did not have the right content or the content which makes them more interested in spending time, they bounced out of the website, they went away from the website, so you'll be penalized on that count as well. So these are basic things, but very, very important as far as any digital marketing initiative is concerned. Now, last but not the least, when you are in the process of doing each and every step one by one, you should be in a position to have a channel setup where you are able to track the customer's entire life cycle, from where he started entering in your system, he clicked on your ad, he came on your website, he spent time on your website, where all did he click on your website, did he do or did she do the call to action which the ad was meant for, like providing a lead or calling on a particular number or leave a callback number, and in the end sales happened or not. So it is a it is not a cumbersome task, or it is not a complex task to do, to set up this kind of technology. It is a very basic thing to do, but then you have to have this thing in place before first visitor from the campaign starts visiting on your website. In the absence of any of these things, or any of these steps missing, then chances are your digital marketing campaign is at the mercy of God, and you really need to get extremely lucky to make it work, and more often than not it doesn't serve anyone's purpose. Now, one of the major topics which we intend to cover in this particular webinar was skill set to exceed in digital marketing domain, what all skills you need. So there are two kind of skills which you need to excel in digital marketing domain. One is the technical skill set, and the other one are the soft skills or allied skills which you require to exceed in this domain. So technical skill sets, if you talk about, we talk of various digital marketing channels like AdWords and social media, blog, website, and email marketing, content marketing, mobile marketing, and affiliate marketing. So you need to be aware of these digital marketing channels and how the ad is conceptualized, set up, evaluated, and monitored across each of these digital marketing channels. Over and above this, you need to know about these skill sets as well, which were clearly evident in our digital marketing roadmap as well, right? Business analyst, budgeting, audience segmentation, channel selection. So we need to have a business analyst key skills, channel specific knowledge, then data analysis and reporting. Any campaign you do, what you plan, that is the first thing, and then once the campaign goes live, you have to measure it. How did you fare vis-a-vis what you planned? So planned versus actual comparison data has to be there, and on the basis of which you would need to fine-tune or take a call on cutting that digital marketing campaigns or put more money in those digital marketing campaigns altogether. Account management or client service management becomes extremely important in organizations like digital marketing agencies, where you are handling multiple clients, you understand their requirements, and you plan, design, and deliver digital marketing campaigns in line with their business requirements and budgets which have been allocated for that particular service or product. Or vendor management. When you talk of digital marketing, it is one of the domains where you would need to interact with a lot of outside agencies in course of work. For example, if you're looking to roll out email marketing campaigns using paid email marketing servers or bulk email marketing servers, then even to select a particular company, you would need to do a due diligence where you create a list of must-have features, then should-have features, then good-to-have features, and respective costs associated with each one of them, so that you prepare a business case and share it with business owner to get the budget approved Not like that you approach a business owner and say that, we need a bulk email marketing software and we need to spend amount for it. See, it is a practical thing. No one needs to take more work. They like you. They have you in place because it is a common assumption that you're going to making their job easier, not adding on to it. So the skill set of vendor management is something which you need to build upon, and you need to practice it hard if you have to excel in this domain of digital marketing. Project management. See, every digital marketing campaign you run it like a project. So you need to have basics of project management in place before you start off with the digital marketing campaign. That will considerably increase the overall success rate of that digital marketing campaign and would also ensure that there is sanity at workplace and you do not take more and more stress during the digital campaign process. Strategy planning, how you strategize for a particular channel or a particular target audience, that is something which goes without saying. Good written and verbal communication skills, team player and leadership skills. You would need to interact with a variety of stakeholders, starting off people from sales, uh, business development, product development, senior stakeholders, accounts, finance, just name a few. So if being a team player is not your cup of tea, then you're going to be facing a lot of trouble in digital marketing domain, because you would invariably need to interact with a whole lot of stakeholders, and to ensure success of any single digital marketing campaign, you would need to actively involve them in the process. So there are two things when we talk about it. One thing is the ownership and the other thing is the contribution. Ownership is something that you just cannot afford to let go of it, but you would need contribution from all these kind of stakeholders which I was talking about. And once you have that in place, the chances of your digital marketing campaign, even at the planning phase, the success of that particular campaign are increased manyfold. um, Last but not the least, you know, to make your job easier, you need to have hands-on knowledge of various key platforms like Hootsuite, which allows you to manage multiple social media accounts using a single interface, Canva, which allows you to work on graphics in the absence of any graphic designer and your job is not stuck. Then tools like Facebook Insight, which is an analytical tool about the ads which you've placed in Facebook and the posts you've made. Then Google Analytics, which is again gives you a lot of insight about the kind of visitors who are coming to your website, who all are paying, who all are not paying, and create a profile out of them which can be built upon for selling more and more services. Email platforms like Benchmark Email, MailChimp, Email Brain, which help you send out bulk emailers and track effectively the kind of success rate your collateral had. When it comes to certifications in digital marketing domain, though there are a lot of certificates available, but if you talk of Google and Facebook, Google has 6 certifications plus one more for Google Analytics for all these certifications being AdWords Fundamentals, Search Advertising, Display, Mobile, Video Shopping, and for Google Analytics as well. Now, typically, when we talk of certifications, currently these certifications are not acting as a qualification disqualification criteria, right? They're not acting as a qualification disqualification criteria. They're good to have, and the whole idea of getting yourself certified on these certifications is that once you do those certifications, there is a minimum level of knowledge which you will be possessing, and employers have that confidence in you. However, as I said earlier, the demand-supply ratio is heavily skewed where demand is high and supply is less. So even if you have working knowledge of these platforms, there are chances you'll land up some kind of job, if not the best job. But it is highly advisable to go for these particular certifications. There's a certification by Facebook as well, but I would like to mention one more thing about these certification, that these certifications are open book exams. 1 hour exams, open book exams, but in order to clear these exams via an open book format as well, you need to know in detail what is where. Any of these certification is not difficult. it's just vast. It's just very, very vast topic. So you need to study each and every topic in detail, and you need to find out a mechanism through hands-on training, through practicing whatever you learn in such a way that you remember that in a flow of work rather than in theoretical terms. As I was mentioning to you that project management is one of the key skill sets in digital marketing, and this is one thing. I shared one earlier slide with you which talks about digital marketing roadmap, and this is something which is an approach for taking up work which will help you write the ask questions. See, if you ask the right questions, chances are more often than not you'll get right answers, and which will make your job little more, little less troubleful than it could be. So it is a self-explanatory kind of a slide where we talk about why are we doing it, we focus on objectives, then identify the scope of work, what we will be doing, what will be not doing, how it's going to be delivered, the overall process flow, then what is the schedule to deliver the same, then how much it's going to cost us, and do we have that budget or not, then what is the quality parameter for this kind of digital marketing campaigns, then the resources who are going to be delivering it, then talking about the known risks. So what are the known risks associated with this particular digital marketing campaigns, and what do we do if they happen? Then measuring what we are doing vis-a-vis what we had planned versus actual. Then to deliver this particular initiative or particular digital marketing campaign, do we need to purchase anything, or do we need to buy anything, or do we need to make anything? So if you have a mental image of these kind of questions while you are taking orders to start off with digital marketing campaign, then I think you get all the information, all the right information required to deliver a project successfully at the very first outset. Once you are trying to deliver it, once you're trying to consider this particular project, starting this particular project at a single point of time, rather than going back to the business stakeholders over and over again that what's going to happen where, and this information was left last time around. So this is where the experienced people stand to gain a lot as far as the digital marketing domain is concerned. While the younger ones, the lesser experienced ones, they get a short entry into the corporate world if they are able to get themselves trained and certified on just two digital marketing channels, Facebook and Google AdWords. So with this, we've covered what we intended to cover in this training session, and I'll open up the questions which are there. Okay, so yeah, okay, okay. So Ashish, okay, we have Ashish. Ashish had asked the question that I'm an MBA having 11 years of versatile experience currently working in AskMe.com. What I need to make a successful career in digital marketing. Okay, Ashish, what you need to do to make a successful career in digital marketing is firstly you need to get yourself trained and then certified, particularly Google AdWords, LinkedIn, direct email marketing, and marketing and have done and worked with HR domain, how successful will HR domain will be with digital marketing? Uh, okay, now Nirbhay, what you've not mentioned here is amount of the amount of experience you possess in HR or any kind of business domain. See, the executing role, which is more suited for 0 to 4 year experience kind of a setup, and the other one is the strategy domain or setting up a center of excellence domain for digital marketing. 6+ years or more in general doing business, understanding how businesses work, how product and services are being rolled out, then you have a good prospect in digital marketing where you get yourself trained on the technologies as well as you have a good enough exposure in digital marketing. If you are considering to change your career from HR to digital marketing, you'll have to put in, it goes without saying, you'll have to put in a little more effort, but then you would really need to take a call that have you arrived at a plateau as far as your career in HR is concerned, and then take a call in a very subjective manner. Okay, 6 years, thank you. So yeah, I mean, if you have understanding of business, then digital marketing is a field for you. There's no doubt about that one. Okay. Um, okay. So Apurva, yeah, you've got 12 years experience in sales and marketing, and do I recommend any institutions in offering certified digital marketing course? A lot of companies who are doing a wonderful job in digital marketing. Upgrad is one of them, which offers you have that kind of course, and they have a delivery mechanism of delivering this course in a 3 months time frame, 6 months time frame, and 1 year time frame. So Knowledge Course also does a 12-day, 15-day kind of a capsule course in digital marketing. So it depends upon three things. Firstly, your budget. Secondly, your availability. Thirdly, how soon you are looking to enter the digital marketing field. So the more stretched out the course is, the more stretched out the course is, right? The more stretched out the course is for 6 months, for more than 3 months time frame. So you're losing out on a lot of opportunities which are available in the marketing, digital marketing domain today. If you look at the knowledge, Naukri e-learning platform, Naukri learning just take a look at Knowledge Woods digital marketing course as well, amongst other courses, where you channels from conceptualization, execution, tracking, and monitoring point of view on a time frame delivered over the weekend. So my suggestion to you would be, as I mentioned during my presentation, also prepare an Excel sheet. What do you need in digital marketing, and then do a cost-benefit analysis for all the vendors. We happen to be one of them who are doing a good job in digital marketing domain, and we do our work very passionately. So any more questions? Okay, Nirbhay. Okay. Uh, okay. Nirbhay, I said I am pursuing digital marketing with Digital Vidya. It's a good time. It's a good time in terms of exposure and coming. Yes, absolutely, no doubt about that one. No doubt about that one. It's a little stretch course, but no doubt about that one. I have a 5+ years experience in healthcare marketing. How this digital marketing can add up to my career? This has been asked by Timson. Okay. Timson, what digital marketing does to you is it adds tool to your CV. It adds tool to your portfolio, where you have 5 or 6 more options to generate leads to promote your product and services over and above the conventional channels. If you look at healthcare apps like Practo and various other service companies who are in this space, they've done a wonderful job as far as promoting their product and services concerned using digital marketing. So if you have experience in face-to-face marketing or traditional marketing channels in healthcare sector, and if you ramp it up with a digital marketing training, I think the chances of you approaching the next job or getting a better job would increase considerably. So, okay, okay. So any other questions from the audience? Okay, I think we do not have any further questions. So see as I mentioned during my presentation, yes, Nirbhay, you're going to be getting the recording. You need to get in touch with our Naukri teammates, Naukri.com teammates, Prapti, and you'd be getting the recording for that. So as I mentioned during my presentation also, it's a wonderful time for anyone and everyone to get into digital marketing. There are jobs available at all levels for the right people, and for freshers, execution and setting up ad campaigns across a variety of channels will help them get the first job. For experienced people, mid-level jobs are there on the offering. Even senior level jobs are there on the offering, because if you look at this domain, it is a fairly new domain, 3 years, 4 years, max 5 years, not more than that. So it's a wonderful opportunity for anyone to start their career in digital marketing, provided you get yourself trained and certified as soon as possible basis. Do not waste the time in thinking and figuring out that we should consider it or not. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for your time, and I look forward to interact with you more. Thank you so much.